Assalamu alaikum. Here goes. In addition to the muawwidhatayn, Qul huwallahu ahad. Say, it's a command word, as is appeared in Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq and Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. It's qala yaqulu, and it's a command word. Say Muhammad. Huwallahu ahad. He, Allah, is one. Allahu samad. Allah, the absolute infinite. Lam yalid, not he begets, he doesn't give birth to anything. Walam yulad, and not is he begotten. Not he begets, and not he is begotten. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad, and not be for him anyone in equivalence. Anyone in equivalence. Qul huwallahu ahad. Say he, Allah, is one. Allahu samad, the infinite, absolute. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He not does he beget, and not is he begotten. So he doesn't give birth from his own being, nor is he given birth to. He's infinitely eternal, from the beginning to the end. وَلَمْ يَكُلْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٍ, and not for him is an equivalent anyone. Thank you very much for listening. Okay, some more bits on here. So the word ahad, wahid also means one, and ihda is also used in the Quran. So wahid, ihda, ahad, these are the words that are used in the Quran for one, yep, or singular being. And or a singular selection. Here we have yalid and yulad. So these words are derived from the root walada, which means boy. Yeah, walada, waladun means boy. The verbal forms of this are walada yalidu. Walada means to give birth, gave birth, and yalidu means will give birth. So it's a past tense, future tense. Walada yalidu. And this is the majhul, or the passive voice, which is wulida yuladu, given birth to, yuladu. So this is yuladu, but because of the ayat, yulad. Walam yulad, because of the lam, it becomes yulad. Yeah. So a little bit to add there. And kufuwan is a word which means equivalence. So if you look in the fiqh books and people are getting married, they say you should find an equivalence for when you're getting married, for the boy or the girl, some kind of equivalence so that they suit each other. So the word kufu is an equivalence, yeah? So there is not for him any equivalence in the creation, yeah? He is singular. He transcends creation. The thing about this surah is... Okay, so the significance of this surah is this, that it avoids pantheistic thought. In other words, an emotional position where everything becomes part of God, like Hinduism, and they look at everything and they say this tree is part of God and this river is part of God and we need to respect it and worship it. Well, it's not like that, because what this surah says is, just like I can take a piece of paper and make a mark, I've created this mark. That doesn't mean to say that that mark is part of me and everything. It's just I've made a mark, yeah? So Allah transcends all of his creation, and this is the creation that is created, yeah? And he's created Jannah, and he's created Jahannam, and in these places we shall dwell, yeah? And this is the world in which we're here to grow, understand and learn. But if you become too emotional and want to know too much of the exact nature of God, and you let your emotions lead without reference to revelation, then you start having all sorts of thoughts, and then you write scripts about them, and then other people take them on board as complicated, deep meanings to things, and then it can cause huge problems. So this little surah is there to alleviate that, yeah? Says Allah, the singular one, the transcendent singular one, yeah? He's alone, the one and the only. Allah is the infinite. He's the creator of time and other dimensions, yeah? Space and time. But he himself is from ever and ever and unto ever and ever. He transcends all of this. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He didn't give birth to the universe, And he himself wasn't given birth though. He was always there. Yeah, that's what's being said. He was always there. And his creation is like me creating this little mark on this paper. Yeah? So it's something that he just does because he can. وَلَمْ يَكُلْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. And there isn't unto the likeness of God any equivalent. Yeah? So our relationship to him is, if you want it to be an emotional one and you want to draw close, then you remember Allah much in your heart. Yeah? He's the invisible one, but his knowledge is ever present. He's aware of us. He's aware of every one of us. And all we can do is remember him much in this world and in the next world. Because the influence of Satan won't be there, we will be given to remember him all the time by way of a gift in Jannah. So we will walk around in our Jannah, do the things that we want to do, but all the whilst we are doing it, we will be forever remembering God. And there are some people in this world who become that way whilst they're living, and that's a great blessing of God. May Allah make us from amongst the ever rememberers of Allah. Thank you very much for listening.